Hey, hi everybody. Michael Aronowitz coming to you for LinkedIn Live. I'm live in New York City today. I'm EVP Digital Sales and Strategy, and today I'm going to introduce my friend Raul.
Thank you, Michael, and happy to be here. I'm Raul Rincon. I manage the global sales for Twilio for our product and customer engagement. We call it Flex. I've been at the company for 4 years. I started managing the Latin American territory where we built the go-to-market strategy there. In the last 4 months, I moved on to a global leadership role within the customer engagement sales with our Flex product. We're happy to be here. Thank you.
Hey, let's get right to it. So, Raul, we're in a unique time, right? Things are changing rapidly. We're coming out of a pandemic. We have different things going on with the economy. Tell me how Twilio can help drive customer acquisition.
Yeah, it's as we move to the digital world, a lot of the movement was really how to do customer service in the digital world. It's like before, we used to call to solve a problem. So what we're seeing now is really this movement of customer acquisition through the digital world, right? How is it that you're going to manage how you place your ads in your Instagram feeds and your YouTubes in the digital world. So at Twilio, we have a product that essentially orchestrates your customer acquisition and in the lifetime journey of that customer. So the way we work with our customers is we can lower the customer acquisition cost by immediately connecting those who are browsing your website or browsing your products or whichever kind of interaction they want to do, and immediately then contact them with a person that's going to intelligently manage, the non-buyer to become a buyer.
Talk to me a little about, we talked today about omnichannel, right? You have calls, you have chats, you have SMS. But to me, the next kind of point of engagement is live interaction, live selling. Talk to me a little bit about how Twilio can help me do live selling.
Yeah, so we do it a couple of ways, and I'll start actually with all those channels that you're talking about. We have customers, for example, that do rentals of apartments. We do this with a customer in Brazil, for example, that they do sales and rentals of apartments. If you've been to Sao Paulo, you know that it's a massive amount of apartments. It's a very fertile place to do business. So what this company does is they'll start placing ads on Instagram. As soon as you see the apartment that you like, for example, you can click on that and immediately be contacted with a WhatsApp conversation with the real estate agent of that apartment. And then so it's an asynchronous, but it's still live. So that's one way to do it. So immediately you're going, hey, I'm interested in the apartment. Can I see it? And then you can get either a video or a 360 view of the apartment. You can also do a live view of the apartment with, if you have it set up that way. But you're immediately talking to that person that is in charge of the sale. So we can do it with video. We can do it in a live chat. We can do it with a conversation if you want to, whichever way, and from one channel to the other seamlessly.
And when we're doing that customer engagement, you talked a little bit earlier about lowering the cost per acquisition. That's key right now. But what about lifetime value? How do we ensure lifetime value with our customers? To me, that's one of the most important things. It's not a one-time buyer; it's a lifetime buyer.
Yeah, and it happens, even before you're a customer, right? So we like to say that we do customer engagement before you're a customer. So at the time that you start browsing, and the time you're interested, and the time that you're being perhaps targeted with a marketing campaign, you already start seeing the differentiation of the company to the customer, and that guarantees that starts the journey to the lifetime value. And then if you have a great experience because you're communicating very quickly with a real estate agent, for example, or if you're buying a car, or if you're buying whatever it is that interaction that you're doing, and you have that great experience, then the next experience you want to have it with that company. We have data with our customers that show for example, the same example of the real estate company that I'm speaking about. We also work with the digital sales of cars, of used cars, companies like Kavak or Vroom in the United States, that they always come back and resell their car or their apartment or whatever interaction that they're doing, always there, because they know that it works. It knows that the customer experience is good, and the net promoter score is always high. So they always come back and do more interactions within the company.
You know, as things change and we look into other areas of opportunity, retention, um, teleperformance, we have these different products, right? My product is TP Boost. We have TP Live, which is a live selling. But tell me a little bit about, some of Twilio's products and how they can help customers grow their business in these challenging times.
Yeah. So the way we do our products is we call it end to end. So we start with what we call a customer data platform. We have our product that from Segment that really understands you, and allows our companies, our customers, to understand their customers. So if you are, for example, let's say in the retail industry of athletic sportswear, they know, for example, that maybe you're a family that has daughters, so that's how we're gonna start the marketing campaign towards you. Or that you are an avid runner or cyclist, and that's how we're going to then do the marketing campaign. So that's the way we start. And then we also then have what the product that I lead, which is Flex. We essentially think about an orchestration of connections, right? So I understand that that you're interested in this kind of clothing, and understand that maybe you're interested in running or horseback riding or whichever it is, and then we can connect you to the right person at the right time with the third part, which is our channels. And we can go from video to SMS to WhatsApp to I'm pretty sure that the industry is going to start now asking us, so like, can you do TikTok messaging? And I'm sure that we will probably working on those products. We can do Instagram messaging and Facebook messaging and so on. So our ability to add channels, our ability to understand data, and the orchestration of our routing is what allows to go from end to end. That's why we talk about lowering the customer acquisition cost, but then also increasing that lifetime value, because we can go end to end. And with companies like yours that can do then a global reach, it's even more advantageous.
Yeah, you touched on something on the global reach, and I think as we move more and more into the economy is global. Talk to me a little bit about, your global thoughts of how Twilio fits into different parts of the region. Are there any challenges?
Well, the challenges are many, right? So regulatory compliance and then privacy laws are everywhere. The European Union is very strict with privacy laws and data residency. Some Asian countries are very strict with their telecommunication regulations, and so on. But what we do is, with a network of reach of regulatory compliance and adherence to privacy, we take care of the headache for you. So if you have with you at Teleperformance, we have a major global account that has reach all over the place, and you have it as well because you have agents all over the place, given helping in that customer acquisition motion. We can do the telecommunications piece. We will take care of the privacy part. We'll take care of the regulatory compliance. But that's on one side. That's like the regulatory piece. There's also what is used in those countries. If you look, for example, at certain countries where WhatsApp is ubiquitous, like Brazil and Indonesia are places where it's the communications via WhatsApp. If you don't have WhatsApp in your phone, you're not talking to anybody. It's the first thing you probably do to your mother and grandmother. It's like, hey, you show them how to install that. But if you're in the United States, it really is iMessage or Google messaging platform. And WhatsApp is used maybe for some kind of maybe group messaging or international messaging. And then you go to Asia and there's other communications. Some places is Viber, some places is Lime. So we can work with all those channels in that way. So one company can have the same sales approach and acquire customers with different channels, but under the same platform. just by adding or taking one or the other.
It's amazing listening to you, all the different platforms, all the different regions, all the different countries, all the different languages, right? We truly live in a global environment. And it's really important to have partners that that understand how to acquire customers are not the same in one part of the world and the other, and retain them. And so, I really appreciate having conversations like this where, you talk about not just one region, but, the whole globe. And it's challenging sometimes. One of the things I want to talk to you about is tell me, I'm an internal optimist. Tell me, over the next 18 months, where you see the industry, the economy, and where, you can help companies grow. Just a short view of where do you see the world in the next 18 months?
Yeah, I'm an internal optimist as well, and you can't help but see, that every news, the head of J.P. Morgan just a couple days ago was saying that, recession is the price to pay for inflation and so on. But I think that in times like this is where opportunity comes. We saw with the pandemic, with that tremendous move to the digital world, and those who move faster have been the ones that are successful. Fintech companies like Nubank or N24 really use that to really expand and establish themselves as the banks of the future. So I see it as an opportunity in the following. In terms of recessive motions, in terms of difficult headwinds in economic conditions, you have to differentiate yourself, and you differentiate yourself with technology. So the investment in technology is how you prepare for the future. How is it that you're going to go after and look for your customers? How is it that you're going to then take care of those customers? I give a lot of examples of connectivity quickly and giving great service. We work with retailer Nike, I would say in the United States, but it's really a global approach. And what they do is immediately connect an athlete with what they call an expert athlete. That's differentiation. So immediately as you go into I'm an 800-meter runner, I'm going to go talk to somebody who does that. I am a soccer player, I'm going to go talk to somebody who does this. And that is increasing the value in which you want them to do more business with them. But you can only do it with technology. You offer the same services, and you've actually moved towards this. It's like in this expansive global world, how is it that I'm going to take care of customers in Africa? Well, you have the agents all over the place that can help you with this.
Yeah, it's our high tech, high touch approach to what we do. Customers first, really important. As I sit in my role and I look at TP Boost and I figure, over the next 18 months, it's about customer acquisition, right? To survive in these times, you need new customers. You need to keep the current customers you have. You need a great front-end customer acquisition policy. You need a great retention policy. You need partners like yours to help you use all these digital technologies that are out there. And so a pleasure speaking with you today. Love to speak to you more, but any closing words? Just a pleasure hearing everything that you're doing.
No, I'll finish with that optimism. I do think that differentiation today is important. We get tired of hearing the news of economic conditions, but companies that differentiate themselves now through investments in technology and then take care of their customers are really the companies I want to deal with and I want to buy from. So thank you for the time, Michael. It's been a pleasure. Love working with Teleperformance. Is one of our favorite partners to work with, and I appreciate the time you've given us.
Same here, man. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.